I think I lost maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 pounds of water weight over the weekend. Raylene, what about you?
That sounds about right.
Jeez.
It was very hot.
God,
Yes.
crazy.
It is crazy.
You know, us, and Chris Autry, you know, he makes fun of me all the time. It makes fun of us Yankees up here that we can't handle it, you know, but
Well, I know we begged for this all winter. Right. Well, I don't know. We begged for sunshine and dry days and green everywhere. I don't know that we begged for this heat.
it was brutal.
It was.
It really was. It was brutal, but none, you know, still had work to do. Still had stuff going on. I actually spent some time up in the loft of my barn.
Yeah, that would have been gross. No thanks.
I mean, it was like literally my clothes, everything was just completely soaked. I had sweat dripping off of me onto the floor. It was disgusting.
Yes.
You got Fly on the
I
Wall
agree.
Productions here. It is a Monday morning. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. We're streamed everywhere you get your podcasts. We're on the web at airedoutvt.com. Good morning and happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Everybody can hear us okay?
Is it a happy Monday?
For me, it is. For me, it is. Raylene's got the Vermont road construction report for the entire week all posted up so that you're not surprised by any traffic snafus this
And
week.
there are a lot of traffic snafus. So check it out before you travel because there are actually a lot of detours, some closings, some all kinds of things. So check it out
Yeah.
before you head out.
Before you head out, yeah, don't be surprised. We're trying to help you out by letting you know about these things. So do pay attention to that.
Yes.
I don't know where to begin this morning. Well, first of all, it is National Freezer Pop Day today.
And Raspberry Day.
Love raspberries.
It's a good day. Yeah. It's a good day for freeze pops.
Do you remember the bomb pop, the red, white, and blue bomb pop?
I do.
We have a chest freezer at our house. Mm-hmm. We've got like hundreds of them.
You do.
Oh my God, I love them. Can't put them down fast enough. As promised, we would begin by talking about weather this morning. We have the latest from Roger Hill, but tropical cyclone Beryl could enhance some rainfall locally and lead to an increased risk for some scattered to even numerous flash flood.
Right on the 10th of July.
Can you believe it?
No. I came down here
believe it.
this weekend a couple of times to check the basement just to be sure. And because there was some ponding on Main Street. Luckily, it would rain really hard, it would pond, and then it would stop raining, so it had a chance to catch up and drain.
Yeah.
But it did come down pretty hard a couple of times. We actually lost power Friday night and into
Really?
Saturday.
Oh, because of the storms. Mm-hmm. Those were some unbelievable storms. The downpours Friday night, unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. I love it. I mean, I'd love to hear the rain on the tin roof out in the barn, but still, yeah. I mean, this is almost like a carbon copy of last year. We had really heavy rains, ground was saturated, and then we had a system that was stalled out on top of New England last year, and it just rained for days and days. Knock on wood, but I want to say it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad. They're saying Wednesday into Thursday is the flash flooding possibility. So be on the listen and on the lookout for watches and warnings.
Yeah, and we know that Joe Aldsworth will keep us absolutely up to date, posted on anything that is happening, or any emergencies or anything that they think need to be out there.
Yeah.
He'll make sure.
Absolutely. I as a matter of fact, I called Joe yesterday and said, "What's going on? Is there any chitter chatter over at Vermont Emergency Management and all that?" And he's like, "Right now, we're just
Watching.
just being vigilant. But it's always a good time to double check, make sure your sump pumps are working. Run them." Actually run them. Make sure they're freed up. They're not rusted. They're working. Your lines are all plugged in. Your generator is give it a pull and get it started. And,
Right.
Just make sure. I don't know. I mean that sandbacking event that we just had in Barrie, last Friday, Friday
Pretty
and
cool.
Saturday.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Amazing. What was it? 10,000 sandbags.
Took a lot of volunteers to make that happen.
And thanks to Enough Ministries, and
Who does so much in this community and falls under the radar almost all the time.
Yep.
Not almost, but
Yep.
I guess almost, because we sure mention them and make sure that we get the shout outs. But
Well,
man,
here's the thing
they do so much.
I know it's Enough Ministries and it's the Hope Coalition, all headed up by Dan Molind, and Dan is he's one of the most humble dudes I've ever met. He does not seek an ounce of recognition or credit.
No.
And
to organize all of this and keep it
Huge.
going is huge. But Team Rubicon is here.
Yes.
The Mennonites are here.
Southern Baptist.
All kinds of different church groups are here. They're continuing on their mission of 100 homes, and a lot of them right here local, where they're literally going in, and we're not talking half-ass fixes. They're doing it and doing it right, and making sure that people's homes are brought back to where they need to be and that they're safe. And this whole time they've been providing food, cleaning products, laundry stuff, clothes. They have been providing that, as well as building materials, labor, all of that. They've been providing that now for a full year. A full year.
Wow.
Have not stopped.
Yeah, and they're still here. We are so blessed by them. It is, I don't know. It's just amazing what they do, and all we can say is thank you. That's it. But we're watching things. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of an uneasy feeling, but we're watching things. Just a pinch of relief in the humidity last night. The valley fog has pretty much burned off for most of Vermont this morning. We've got lots of sunshine today, says Roger. Mid-80s. Clear tonight in 65. I love that. Tuesday, tomorrow, mostly sunny, some scattered thunderstorms. More humid, upper 80s. Wednesday, that's the clouds, the rain. And they're saying the rain will be heavy at times. That's like the exact forecast that we had 1 year ago on July 10th.
It is.
75 for the high Wednesday. Thursday, more rain Wednesday night too, and then Thursday, cloudy with a few breaks of sun. About an 80% chance for some rain with some thunderstorms that could be strong. Going to be a little cooler on Thursday, upper 70s, and then Friday, some dry out time. Partly sunny by the afternoon. I'm going to start out with some clouds, but still the chance for an isolated thunderstorm on Friday, 80 for the high. And Beryl has weakened to a tropical storm, but then strengthened overnight back to hurricane status and made landfall early this morning in South Texas, again, as a Category 1 hurricane. This is the first Atlantic hurricane that has impacted and made landfall in the United States. Absolute chaos in the Caribbean and the Yucatan peninsula last week from this storm. We have 9 people confirmed dead at the very least, and that number is expected to go up. Life-threatening storm surge and flooding in Texas. Power outages rapidly climbing across the state as Beryl moves inland. And experts say this hurricane season is going to be far from normal. We have Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick in Texas, who is the acting governor right now.
I was watching the news reports this morning, and the weather men and women, she was standing out there this morning, could barely stand up, and the wind she has to keep putting her mouth down to catch a breath, and the rain is just pelting her in the face, and nope, gonna stand out there anyways. Give it from the desk, man. It's okay.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
Good Lord.
No,
I just
God.
Holy shit, they're brave.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Debris flying by, no big deal.
Incredible. 129 degrees. That was the temperature at California's Death Valley National Park over the weekend.
Ugh.
Can you imagine being outside?
No.
129.
I wouldn't be outside. No thanks.
God.
No thanks.
The previous record was July of 2007, where it was 127 degrees. So, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable, this heat wave. Tens of millions of people across the United States are now under heat alerts. So, and wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
How could anybody deal with a wildfire, the wildfires out in California with heat like this? I don't know how those guys do it. They are tougher than nails, man.
I actually posted a really cool article this morning about fires and forest fires,
yeah, I saw
and the ones that are purposely set
started, yes,
and then get out of control so quickly, and how much damage they've actually done.
Well, I mean, it's winds and there's so many factors that go into it.
Yeah, far too many variables. Do you want to get into the news?
I want to get into news. I want to just mention one of our sponsors this morning. I was chatting with Mark Tatro. Listen, he is telling all of us that they are looking for some help this summer. Trying to find a skilled appliance repair technician is not easy these days, and they know that. The demand this summer has been huge. They are looking to train an additional member of their team. If you're even remotely interested in this, or you know someone who might be, call Mark Tatro directly. Here's his cell. It's 793-9598. You can email him at services@tatrosaces.com. But maybe pick up the phone and just call him. 793-9598 is the number for Tatros. I want to just mention birthdays here. I've got a few. I'm going to save the best for last, okay?
All right.
All right.
You sure can.
We have, God, what a list here. Kathy Pelletier, who's a great lady. Bailey Tremblay. Missy Wild. Let's see. Roland Gregoire is 53. Chris Chamberlain, 54. Pat McDonald, what a lady. I would love to get her on the aired out sometime. It's on the birthday list today. Alyssa Pratt, Bill Hebert is celebrating a birthday today. Patricia Dunn, Harry Hendrickson has made it to 70. Saw him yesterday out in the garden working. Great guy. Love that guy. Sean Papineau, David Ainsworth. Do you remember David Ainsworth over at the Tunbridge Fair?
No.
Oh, great guy. Let's see. Who else? Sam Fuller on the birthday list today.
Yes.
Great guy. And saving the best for last. It's got to be Michael Deering. You know that.
I do know that. That was what he's on my list as well with Katie Fleury.
Oh, Katie Fleury's birthday today. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, happy birthday to
Yeah.
Michael Deering, though. He's
He's a great
yeah.
guy.
one of our own.
Yeah.
I consider him.
Yeah, I do too.
Likes to come in here and join us.
Yes.
And help out whenever he can, and
Well, help us get in trouble. You know?
that too. That I don't know that we need much help in that category. We seem to do just fine all on our own.
Nope.
But yeah,
Yeah, let's run down some news here. I think two of the biggest words in Vermont news this morning are missing people. And this morning,
there's another one this morning.
yeah, we have another one.
Timothy McGee, 43 of Orange.
Last seen in
missing.
Morristown. Mm-hmm. And his last known address is in Orange, Vermont.
Yeah.
And Berlin State Police Barracks are asking for you to call 229-9191 if you got any info. Timothy McGee. Last seen, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah. I don't understand all these missing people. The gentleman, Eric Hackett from
Yes.
Sutton, he's been located
Yes.
and is safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Rowan Coolidge from Linden, who left his house around 5 p.m. yesterday. No word from him since. Might be in the Montpelier area. He has bleach blonde hair, camo pants. Was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt with white shoes. So there's another one. And then we had that Dartmouth student, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Last seen near the Connecticut River, and police recovered his body last night from the river. No foul play suspected, but we've had a couple of drownings in the Connecticut River. Remember the other Dartmouth student who drowned in the river? Just
Yes.
a lady.
Not too long ago.
Also in her 20s. Go ahead.
Well, we have the goings on in St. Johnsbury that
Unreal.
are absolutely crazy, where Vermont State Police were called to this home where there was some sort of altercation, and now 2 people are dead and several other are injured.
It was 1 dead. Now it's 2 dead.
Now it's 2 dead. Someone else died of their injuries at Dartmouth.
And this fight, all of these people, by the way, St. Johnsbury residents. It was in a home on Cottage Street early yesterday morning.
Yeah, and I don't know what they mean by several others injured. I don't know what several is.
Yeah. Well,
But it seems insane to me to think that they were just in this house having this big old brawl, and there are a couple of people dead. So they haven't really said, is it, were they using guns? Were they using knives? What the whole story is.
Well,
here.
when the police got there, they found 1 guy who had died from a gunshot wound, and 3 other people with injuries. And as you just said, 2 of the victims were recovering at Dartmouth and have passed away.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, 1 victim passed away at
okay.
Dartmouth.
All right.
1 was found dead on the scene, and
On the
1
scene.
has passed away since.
So I'm just reading here more on this. Police believe the people involved in the incident all know each other, and they're all accounted for. Nobody is at large, and they're all from the St. Johnsbury area. God, that's kind of early on a Sunday morning to be fighting. Most people are sleeping, especially on a weekend like that we've just had, a holiday weekend. We're all up late Saturday night. It's just weird, man. Fairhaven police have arrested this 52-year-old Kevin Hoyt on Route 22A on July 4th after getting an anonymous tip. He was I'm not familiar with the story, but he was the 3rd place finisher in Vermont's last 2 elections for governor. I'm not sure what happened, but he has pleaded guilty to intentionally violating an anti-stalking order, according to the Bennington Banner newspaper, 3 separate times in 2022.
Yeah.
So I guess the order barred him from any contact with former state rep Christopher Bates of Bennington, in person, by phone, or mail, or online, including social media. So he'll be in court September 9th. But look at this. Could spend up to a year in jail on each count if he's convicted.
Yeah. Insane. Insane.
He earned more votes for governor in both 2020 and 2022 than any other independent candidate. I wonder what his beef is with Christopher Bates.
I don't know. Vermont State Police closed the investigation into a hate-motivated burglary in the Northeast Kingdom.
They found these kids.
Well, they're not saying if they're kids, but right? Not that I know of.
It just says that no further information will be released because of the ages of the suspects.
Right.
So
which could mean anywhere from 25 and under.
Yeah.
Depending on how they were charged. Well, we know that they don't. You can be charged as a juvenile in some cases, all the way up to 25. So who knows how old they really are.
25, 24, 23, 22.
Right.
You're not a juvenile.
Could be anything. You're not a juvenile at 18. Sorry.
Thank you.
If you can go off to war, then.
Oh my God! Don't even get me going. You got me going on this last time, and you spiked up my blood pressure all day.
Well, it's because it's the truth. I mean, it's disgusting. It's plain and simple. That's the way it is, and it's disgusting.
So I guess they burglarized and vandalized a home in the Northeast Kingdom Saturday afternoon. It was a house on Caswell Avenue in the village of Derby Line. They broke into it. They burglarized. They vandalized. Racial slurs had reportedly been painted on the walls inside the home. What a story.
Yeah. And troopers arrested Barry woman after attacking family with a shovel at a Ferrisburg campground. 30-year-old Maria Trudeau is facing multiple charges and was ordered held without bail, according to the Vermont State Police. That doesn't happen very often, the held without bail.
Right.
But, she went to the campground and attacked family and damaged their property at the campground before driving away on a motorcycle, state police said.
Swinging a shovel.
Swinging a shovel. Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning. I'll be honest with you. I've done a lot of camping, and I have witnessed family scuffles on Sunday mornings after, everyone's tired. They stayed up late the night before, and the kids aren't sleeping, and the smoke from the fire, and the breakfast isn't ready, and people, it's too hot, it's humid, people get cranky. Camping is not always an enjoyable experience at all. But I guess they found her on her motorcycle on Route 125, and she was driving under the influence, or riding under the influence. On her motorcycle, so she's ordered held without bail. She's due in court today. We have this dog attack in Essex.
I know.
Just before noon on Saturday morning, 911 is ringing. Call comes in from this woman saying that 2 pit bulls had just attacked her. She had multiple dog bites, possibly a broken wrist. A man and a woman who were with the dogs, these 2 pit bulls, left the scene after it happened, did not help her. So police are trying to find them.
That's why that's why the pit bulls act the way they act, is because of the owners. Right. It's they have a really bad rap. The breed has a really bad rap, but any dog can be an asshole. Yeah. It really depends on their training and their handlers and all of that. And I know some absolutely sweet and adorable pit bulls that would never in a million years do anything like that.
Yeah, same.
because some people are assholes, then
Right.
that's the way the dogs act.
Right.
If they had a poodle, it would act the same way probably
Yeah.
because they're the people that own them.
I know a pit bull that I can get right up to it, and I have, and kiss his mouth. Mm-hmm. Big gentle old boy. Mm-hmm. He loves it. Just loves.
Yeah.
Loves.
But
the
this
attention.
story has brought all of the people out of the woodwork, about
yeah.
that they should be killed and in the breed. It's all about the breed and
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. Can we not? Can we just not focus on the pit bull? Can we just put more of our focus and our comments and stuff into the woman who was attacked?
and her dog that
her
is
dog,
injured
both.
and the asshats that left the scene and didn't bother to help her.
Let's find those scumbags and have some prayers for this woman who's got dog bites all over herself.
Exactly.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yesterday marked the and I said to Raylene this morning, there's just not a whole hell of a lot of great news, I'm starting to really notice that on Monday mornings when we come out of weekends, there's just a lot of either really far out, whacked out, weird shit, or there's a lot of tragedy. So
Yeah. Want to hear some good stuff?
I do.
Well, the Waterbury Ambulance Services is having a fundraiser, and you
I
can buy
know.
Krispy Kreme donuts. And so we have the link right up on the page, and it's for a super good cause. It's the donuts are going fast, as most would imagine that they would. Do you like Krispy Kreme donuts? That's a stupid question. You like donuts, period.
Why would you ask me that question?
So do you want me to straight up tell you the truth?
Please.
I've never had one.
Okay.
I've heard all the rave and the talk about them, how wonderful they are, but I've never had one.
That's all right.
So are they as wonderful as people say?
I would say they're yes, they're very good.
Well, then you better call or tap on this link and order up some Krispy Kreme donuts.
Do you
Linda
know
Kuchar's, I believe, daughter is on the ambulance crew for Waterbury.
Do you know that down south at the Krispy Kreme places where you can there's drive-through, that they turn a light on that says hot or fresh or whatever. They actually turn it on so it lights up red so that you as a driver know that they have just come out of the oven if you want a warm one.
Oh. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Not the greatest thing for the heart, though.
Well, they want you to help them raise some dough.
Yes.
And order up these donuts. And,
I think it's
and
amazing.
we, I was very happy to share that, and I think that lots of people should.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. And then jumping back into not a little bit. This is a lot of bad news, but it's also fundraising stuff, and I just want to mention it. We have the GoFundMe up for Carter Welch to help pay for his funeral services. Carter was in an accident a couple Fridays ago or a week ago Friday on the Snowbridge Road in Williamstown, and he was driving and got in an accident, and he died from his injuries on the scene. And the injured, his passenger, Stan was, injured very badly.
Rough
and
shape.
He's in rough shape. He's in the hospital in Burlington, Stan Hamlin, and he has a long road to go. It's pretty bad. And so both of those GoFundMes are up as well, just so that people know. It goes back to social media and what people talk about and what they think they know. And there was no real news article. There's been no real state police report. Usually that happens, gets put out there. Those sorts of things. There was nothing, and so it was all left to the different pages. The Williamstown resident chat, the Barrie resident chat, the 911 page, whatever. And people made up their stories that, Stan was driving, Stan was not driving. Alcohol was not a factor or involved. Speed, yes, probably.
Yeah.
But none of the other things. They literally were. They were co-workers at Tractor Supply, both very well loved and liked by many.
Yeah.
No one has, they were literally fixing a lawnmower, left to go to Aubuchon's to get the part for the lawnmower, and an accident happened. Tragic accident. And this is where we're at. So, yeah.
I remember Carter from Tractor Supply. Just a really nice kid. Never really had to I got a chance to know him or chat with him, but just had some great interaction with him from a service standpoint.
Right.
And then another fatal crash over the weekend, Route 9 in Chesterfield. Wow. We see this every Monday morning. People, please drive carefully. The other story is that yesterday marked the 1-year anniversary of Rutland City police officer Jessica Ebenhausen's death. 19 years old, killed in the line of duty when a burglary suspect struck her cruiser head on. 19 years old she was. They had a big candlelight vigil last night at the Rutland City Police Department. And the community is saying we have not even begun to heal a year later. So what else is in Vermont? Man, Vermont's
Well,
heavy.
they raced yesterday.
Oh, yes.
They had the races yesterday. I don't have all the stats on that. Did you pull up any of those?
Nope.
I know that Stephen finished 9th, and they're just looking for the speed that they need. They don't seem to be able to have that this year.
Yeah.
And so they're still trying to get things together.
Yeah.
And but they did have a 9th place finish. Hey, 9th is better than not finishing at all, correct?
That's right.
That's what I think.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the track, giving it all they have. This week is the kickoff of the concerts in the park. I'm super excited about that. Been waiting for a long time. I hope that they get it in.
That's Thursday.
It's July 11th. Yes, Thursday on July 11th. So let's hope that the rain will go away and that that can happen.
Yeah.
But the Messengers will be the first concert out, and the food trucks will be there. Michael Booten is praying and hoping for Moe's Backyard Barbecue. He's been dying for that, waiting for that.
Yes.
So that's happening this week. We know also the farmers market happens on Wednesday nights from 3:30 to 6:30 right in City Hall Park. That's really kicking it up because a lot of vegetables are starting to come out and the fresh strawberries. Have you had strawberry shortcake yet?
I have not had strawberry shortcake yet.
Oh,
I just
what the hell's wrong with you? I have not either. I have had strawberry daiquiris. I've had strawberry daiquiris, but no shortcake yet. Fresh strawberries in the daiquiris.
Oh God,
yep.
love it. It was Chris Pelkey that got the Jack Daniel's Cocktails 100. And by the way, we're back in action Thursday night. Speaking of Thursday night, for the rescheduled 45th Vermont Governor's Cup 150, part of Vermont Construction Night. So I think things get underway around 6:30. So
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather's going to cooperate.
Totally kicking summer off when you start talking about racing and all of that good stuff.
Jimmy Hebert from
And
Williamstown,
Scott
by the way.
Dragon.
Hebert was right behind him. Scott Dragon was a third.
Yeah. That's what Hillary Scott is telling
Yep.
us.
Brandon Moody, he got the Tiger 40 lapper. Street Stocks went to Josh Lovely from Williamstown. He's amazing. And Brody Frazier from East Montpelier got the
Nice.
Warriors. Again, Walker Fitch is going to be hanging out with us this coming Thursday morning at 9 o'clock.
He's such a cool kid.
What is he? 11?
He's just a cool. That kid
12?
is. He's just a cool kid. I don't even know how old he is
don't
now. It's but we met him like
A couple of years ago.
Well, more than that, like when we first started off doing stuff here.
Yes.
And
He was on the air with us.
Marcel Gravel, I think,
Yes.
was helping him with his kart racing.
Yes.
Back when he first came, and
And Marcel was like, watch out for this kid.
yeah, and look at him go. It's just incredible. I love to watch the videos of him tearing around his family's property, tearing around at home, coming up the driveway, testing out his car, dirt flying. It's just, yeah, he's just a great kid.
And he loves dirt bikes. Mm-hmm. So he might be riding at some point with Lily. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
and you know who else is I would love to have back in here again too, and who I've watched and who's really tearing it up, Taylor Hoare.
Yes.
She is doing.
She'll come back on.
Yeah, I mean, she's just what an incredible person.
Yeah, she is.
And it's I don't know, it's just awesome to see her out there. I know she's involved in the Race to Read this year, as is Steven and Paco.
Yep. Paco Marshall.
But yeah, I love to keep track of what she's doing. It's awesome to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was, what was it, 2 years ago that she was in here?
Yeah, her and Shay Wheeler were in here.
God.
Yeah,
Jeez.
we have a lot of drivers we need to catch up with. Actually,
do. Yeah. You're right.
with it, Marcel and Shay, and
Yes.
I'm not even sure if Shay's driving anymore. I'm not sure. I have not kept up. I that's horrible to say, but it's true. And then Taylor and the Woodards.
Oh, the Woodards. That was a fun show. Mm-hmm. God, we've had a
Yeah.
lot of drivers in here. Jason Corliss, remember that night?
Yes.
I think we had a beer on the air.
Yes, it was. It's always a good time with Jason in the house, right?
It sure is. Let's talk about mental health for a second. Two words that we keep hearing about in the news and all over social media. Mental health is massive, especially when you get a whole heap of news that isn't all that great these days, and really much of it is not. Washington County Mental Health is one of our presenting sponsors. We love them. We adore them. We appreciate what they do and what they have done for, almost 60 years now. We're talking about 6,000 plus Vermonters that not only reap the rewards of Washington County Mental Health every year, but frankly rely on Washington County Mental Health in more ways than one. And what an honor it is to have them as a presenting sponsor, and hopefully Heather's going to be in here soon.
Well, I hope so, to have her in soon as well. Maybe, I don't know if it'll be Heather or who she'll send in, but do you remember Central Vermont Substance Abuse?
Yes.
Which I was so upset when they closed. And I was upset because it really put a huge dent in the
Mm-hmm.
community as far as services for addiction services. And Turning Point was also closed at the same time. They are now open, providing all kinds of meetings and great services right over at 17 Air Street.
Can we get Bob in here?
Bob is coming in. Actually, there's a couple people coming in on It's No Secret. They'll be in doing
Great.
some stuff with me very soon, next week, I believe.
Okay.
So, they're coming in, but Washington County Mental Health has taken over Central Vermont Substance Abuse Center up in Berlin. And so they're working all the details out with that. They will be back up and running full service up there. And I'm very happy about that. It is much needed. It's hard for
Sure.
a lot of people to get to Montpelier.
Yes. Good point.
In yes, it's not easy to get to Berlin either, but it's easier because the bus tends to not cancel as much as
Right.
it does for the Montpelier ride because it's always going up to the hospitals. So transportation's a little bit easier and services are just a little more local than trying to get down and into Montpelier and fighting the traffic. So there's that as well. So I'm super excited about that's happening, and hopefully it brings back some much needed help here. Hopefully.
I always enjoy having anyone on from Washington County Mental Health to talk about anything. And here's the thing. When they come on the air with us, we laugh. We have fun. We talk about things and share stories and goof around. And laughter is very important. I'm sure some of you are laughing about the guy on the train whistle right now who comes through on Monday mornings and just keep blasting the freaking train whistle over on the air. Shark attacks and riptides. Checking the national headlines this morning. I've been seeing this stuff all over my phone, threatening beachgoers along pretty much the entire eastern seaboard. Riptides and shark attacks. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's so much going on in national headlines, but some of the key ones, President Joe Biden remains adamant about staying in the 24 race, despite swelling calls within his party to step down after last month's debate performance.
Yeah.
This will be just so interesting. So interesting to see what happens. We have a summer wave of COVID-19 that has arrived in the United States. The CDC is speaking out about this. Infections growing in at least 38 states right now, Raylene.
Crazy.
Amazing. And the other big story nationally is that Boeing
Somebody must be in his way.
Don't get in the way of the train. The guy's hammering on it this morning.
He has a lot of intersections to cross right here. We've gone over this a million times.
I know, but how much air is in that thing when you pull the string down?
Well,
does it ever run out?
Apparently not. Because there he goes.
Boeing has agreed to plead guilty. This is a huge story. Plead guilty to one charge of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and potentially they're going to be paying up to $487 million in fines, Raylene. $487 million for repeated safety failures. Boeing planes. These are the planes that we fly on. Boeing.
Yeah.
The plea deal provides a path for Boeing to avoid trial, the Justice Department says in a court filing yesterday. But that fine is a fraction of the $24.8 billion that families of crash victims wanted Boeing to pay. But nonetheless, I mean, a severe blow to the reputation of Boeing. You know, the 737 MAX jets, we had a couple of fatal crashes there. You know, it's just, it's no wonder why people get nervous to fly. I don't. I like it. I enjoy it. I sit back, I relax, but a lot of people are just a wreck.
Yeah. This just in from Linda Kuchar has sent us a little notification, health advisory. The health department has confirmed a case of measles in a Vermont resident. This is the second confirmed case of measles in Vermont in 2024. The individual was exposed to a person with measles in New Hampshire in the Dartmouth area in late June. A diagnostic specimen was collected by a public health nurse and tested positive by PCR at the health department laboratory on Saturday, July 6th. So,
jeez,
that's frightening. And just the thought of another measles outbreak is absolutely frightening. I fear that way more than I fear COVID, actually.
Yeah.
That'll kill you. Thank you, Linda, for getting that to us.
Easily. I just, I didn't know about that. Did you?
Mm-hmm. No.
Let's throw some love at Preston's, Vermont's premier Kia dealership. Well, Central Vermont's anyways. They've got customers that come in from Burlington and West Lebanon, New Hampshire, and it's really no wonder why. I mean, look at the team there. Mm-hmm. They're all ready to help you out. Sean, Nicole, Josh, Brian, Jordan, everyone. Mm-hmm. Tim, they're all ready to help you get behind the wheel of your dreams. And as I posted up this morning, free lifetime oil changes and state inspections with the life of your car that you get from Preston's Kia.
Yeah.
Good
Great
bunch of
team
people.
down there.
Yeah.
We love them. They have some really sharp-looking cars,
too.
too.
Well, the Forte they're moving Fortes big time right now.
So I used to drive, as you know, I used to have Sorrentos.
Yep.
And the only reason I don't drive a Kia anymore is because my sister works at Toyota and she helps me with my car deals. And I certainly do whatever she says is best when it comes to all of that.
Sure, of course.
And finances and money and whatever. But for a couple of years, I drove, not more than a couple of years, probably 6 or 8 years, I drove Sorrentos.
I remember.
I always had the Sorrentos.
When I met you.
When you met me, I still had my last one. But because I had elderly people that I was transporting all the time, they were just bigger and it was easier with all of the stuff, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved them. The comfort, the size, everything about it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I would totally buy another one in a heartbeat.
I also want to throw some love at Nelson Ace Hardware. As you posted up this morning, a great ad for them. They're I mean, summertime, they're in their full bore. I mean, they always are.
Yeah.
But royal customer service, knowledgeable advice to get your project done. I was in there Friday and Saturday getting stuff. Very specific stuff.
I had to go in on Friday as well to get some stuff.
Yeah.
I at least once a week I end up in there for something. Yeah. And I'm not going to fib.
Don't fib.
I'll tell you what I was in there for.
Please don't fib.
I was in there for Dots pretzels.
What?
I love these pretzels. They're Dots pretzels.
I know Dots.
The twists.
Yeah.
Well, the cinnamon sugar ones are super hard to find.
Haven't had those.
They have them at Nelson's.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's like, were you like?
And then I need maple. I needed maple candies for a friend. It was Val Parrott's birthday.
Oh.
And Valerie loves anything maple, and so I had to go to different places here and there to be able to get all of the gifts I wanted to get her for her birthday. And you can get these little maple. They're almost like a caramel. They're a maple chew. You can get them over at Nelson's.
Kristen's saying they've got huge bags of it over at Costco.
Of the Dots cinnamon sugar pretzels. The honey mustard ones are good too, but the cinnamon sugar ones are like you think that you're having a treat. Yeah.
I had the honey mustard ones. Bad breath for 2 weeks after that. But the cinnamon sugar ones, put that in a bowl, throw some vanilla ice cream on top of it.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so good, but Nelson sells them. And that's so I specifically they have them in the grocery store, but they never have the kinds I want.
Yeah.
They never have those. And so yeah.
Did you see what Patty just wrote? Patty O'Neill.
Yeah. Well, they could be. They're amazing anyways, but that's what you go over there and you if you're in there you can also get the pretzels. That's what it's just proof that you can get anything there. You really can.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then we have to say that Battle and Berry
Yes.
14 coming
Yes.
right up.
Yes.
There's you have to watch their page. You have to watch what's going on because
They're doing $10 tickets.
They've done giveaways. They've done $10 tickets. They've been doing some lives. They got a lot going on their social
Yes.
media. Keep track of their social media,
Yes.
and you may score some deals
Yeah.
for the next fight, which
Listen,
is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming to August. Mm-hmm. My God. Listen, if you're thinking about getting your CDL license, we want to tell you the time right now is you need to get on the phone. July 29th is going to be here real fast. Giroux General Transport right here in the Granite City is ready. They've got spots on the roster that are available for you. Your name should be on it if you want to get your CDL. Don't wait. July 29th is coming fast. 279-3325. That's Tracy. Check him out on Facebook for all the future dates. But, yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Get your Class A. It's the most common. It's the easiest for employment. Just get it done. Mm-hmm. Also, I want to throw some love this morning at Fecto Homes. You and I have had many conversations off the air with many people about the housing crisis in Vermont. And a lot of time on the air, too, talking about it. But it is, I think, availability and affordability are really the two big things that are affecting Vermonters and where they live. And Fecto Homes is doing all they can to help chip away at that.
They are, and right now they have some great rental units.
Yeah.
So great rental opportunities where it's inclusive. Literally, even your lawn mowing is done for you.
Amazing.
It's everything. Your Wi-Fi, your everything. It's an inclusive package for a decent sized home with a garage, and they have some great stuff going on. Not just mobile homes, not just single wide, double wides. There's condos, there's prefab, there's all kinds of great
Modular,
opportunities with them.
And stuff that they're selling right there on 302. You pull in and you can have a look. And look in the windows. Don't worry, they're not going to call the police on you.
Well, you can go right inside any of the homes, the model homes that are on the lot. You can go inside of those homes during business hours.
3-zip win for the Red Sox over the Yankees last night. 7-10 with the Athletics tomorrow. Pittsburgh Pirates rookie Paul Skeens, the first player to be taken number 1 in the draft and then make the MLB All-Star team the following year. How exciting is that? The game is 1 week from tomorrow. I can't believe this. Does it seem like this summer is just like flying on by or what?
It does.
God.
It does.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Have a fabulous day, everyone.
And thanks to the teams that are out here working on these. Did you see they're cleaning out around all the trees? I think they're gonna mulch or put flowers or something in there. They're out here working hard this morning.
I see that. One of these mornings, we're gonna go out there and sit on those benches.
Which
right
people do. We watch
see
people
them all
come
the time.
in. I love to see people utilizing them.
But
So,
let's go out there and go live.
sounds good to me.
All right.
Have a good day.
Are you all worked up about this gigantic?
No, it's like the 10th damn one they said is going to come and hit and destroy Earth.
It's an asteroid, Raylene. You need to start taking this shit seriously.
Well,
The last one was the size of a bus.
we have better chance of Biden destroying us than we do. Just saying.
I do agree.
That door was open. I took it.
I agree with that. But this sucker's huge. This one, bigger than a bus. They're now saying it is the size of the Statue of Liberty.
Uh-huh. That's what I heard.
That's a big asteroid, Raylene.
That is a big asteroid, JD.
And they're saying that it's gonna hit us. It's coming right for us.
Uh-huh. Yep.
When you go outside next couple of days,